JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 13-year-old student stabbed to death.
Tell me about weed, tell me about light, tell me about education in my book. Uncle Demon, tell me about shit. I'm gonna tell me about the Kai food. As a young youth of a bright, education is the key, come first at right. Youth, don't make your mother be a sad time. It's enough to learn, not fight.
Taken into custody. A 13-year-old student was stabbed to death in Clarendon Sunday morning, and his 22-year-old uncle has since been taken into custody in relation to the incident. The incident happened in the Morant housing scheme in Clarendon. The deceased has been identified as Marion Hanniford, a student of Kellitts High School. The police reported that about 9:15 a.m., the teen was attacked and stabbed several times. The police were summoned, and the teen was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police said the uncle, whom it is said is of unsound mind, was detained. He is presently in custody at the Crossdale police station. It is the third killing of a student since Monday. Gunman shot by cronies among 3 killed in Norwood attack. Up to late Saturday evening, at 10 blanketed sections of Norwood on the outskirts of the tourism capital Montego Bay, following the brutal gun-slaying of 4 individuals in 2 separate incidents over a 12-hour period. All that occurred, even as zones of special operations also were active within the area. According to Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang, the 4 killings mark a first within the Norwood Zozo since it was established in April of last year. This area has been very quiet. In fact, it's the first incident since the zone of special operations was declared. But in one incident, you'll end up with this kind of thing. Within minutes, you end up with 9 people shot and 4 deaths, remarked Dr. Chang, who is also a member of Parliament for St. James Northwest, in which Norwood falls. On Saturday morning, the police were called to investigate the shooting death of 22-year-old Damian Minto, otherwise called Copper, 25-year-old Lenroy Martin, also called Akeem, and Delano Spence. Minto, a funeral home employee, and Martin, who worked in a wholesale, are from the Warwick community, while Spence is said to be from a nearby community. The triple murder came sharply on the heels of that of 17-year-old Devonte Lindo, who was shot and killed about 9:15 p.m. on Friday in a section of the Norwood community referred to as Cherry Gardens. It is uncertain if both incidents are connected. We're not sure, but it appears to be a retaliation by his friends and family on this community, which was not aware of involvement in any kind of activity at all, Dr. Chang further stated. Reports are that about 9:45 a.m., several armed men entered into the Worker Drive section of the Norwood community on foot and started shooting, in the process hitting a number of people. 8 of them were shot, and the 3 men later died at hospital, while the child and 4 others have been admitted. The young girl is said to have been shot by a stray bullet, which flew through her living room window as she was preparing to go to church. It is believed that one of the 3 men who died was one of the men that carried out the attack and was hit by his cronies. There was one person who was shot and killed, and allegedly was one of the attackers. So it is clear where this is coming from, and the investigative notes so far is pointing us in the right direction, Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers said. The police said that 50 spent shells were later recovered by them from the crime scene. Minister Chang also expressed confidence that the perpetrators of the crime will be caught soon. The police have good information from intelligence activity, and we expect them to apprehend the criminals very quickly. There are clear indications from where they came from and who they are, he remarked. Dr. Chang, however, lamented the death of Minto, whom he helped during his years at school. One of the young men is one of my students. I helped his parents put him through school. Sober working young person, bright young man looking towards going to college, the minister said. Speaking to the mother of Martin, who identified herself as Sunshine, she said that she was at the police station, visiting another son who had been arrested, adding that she had brought him some food. Some food me bring or give me other son, when me hears to them shoot Len Rye, she said. She shared that her son was a good individual, even though there were times when they had disagreements. My son a one good youth, him no give no trouble. More while me and him have a discussion, wrong discussion, that's all, she stated. Senior citizen killed in Manchester crash. A senior citizen died as a result of injuries he sustained in a crash in Miketown, Manchester on Saturday night. The police have since identified the deceased as 62-year-old Derek Blackwood, a mechanic and a resident of Miketown. A report from the Constabulary Communications Unit said Blackwood was driving a motor vehicle on Naisbury Street when he lost control of it. The vehicle went off-road into a gully. Firefighters had to be called at 10 p.m. to extricate Blackwood from the mangled vehicle. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Marvadias looks forward to peaceful nights during rainy season. Gordon Penn resident Marvadias was last Friday presented with a gift of a home, courtesy of the government of Jamaica. Dias, who previously lived in a dilapidated house with her son and granddaughter, was the recipient of a two-bedroom house, which was built under the new social housing program. It was built at a cost of $4.3 million. Now under a new roof, she said that she will sleep well at nights, knowing that her family will now stay dry when it rains. She said that the conditions of her previous house were so bad that she had no choice but to reach out to her Member of Parliament, Olivia Grange, for assistance. It did rat down bad man, it did tear down. The whole of one side did rat down, so the zinc did there. As so comes them come look upon it. When rain fall, water run through it. Them come and me show them the house. And it did in a terrible state. Some tell them some I beg them a house, said Dias. But me tell them some I no want no board house. A concrete house me want, cause when you get bored, it rat down back. Some I no want no board, she added. Dias, who was a market vendor turned shopkeeper, will now live in her newly constructed home with her two grandchildren and her daughter. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, speaking at the handover ceremony, said that members of Parliament receive about 100 requests per year for housing assistance from persons living in deplorable conditions. He said that the government has been providing 5 social houses in each of the 63 constituencies. Today, we're helping one more person to break intergenerational poverty because you know of an asset they can pass on to your children, the Prime Minister said. For her part, Olivia Grange, MP for St. Catharines Central, said that providing better housing for Dias was one of the many good things happening in the constituency. We are doing a lot of things in the constituency, but I'm not going to boast about them now. The people in the constituency know that we have other units that will be handed over by the Prime Minister another time. So I just want to send the word to the other division. Your time will come, Grange said. JPSA's government subsidy for customers well-timed and thoughtful. Jamaica Public Service Chief Financial Officer Vernon Douglas says the recent subsidy announced by Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark for customers using up to 200 kilowatt hours of electricity per month is well-timed and demonstrates thoughtfulness of the Jamaican public in a time of crisis. During last Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives, Dr. Clark announced a 20% subsidy for customers using up to 200 kilowatt hours of electricity per month. He said the program, known as the Week Year Energy Copay, will apply the subsidy to electricity bills generated between April 1 and July 31, 2022. In a statement on Sunday, the management of the island's electricity provider expressed satisfaction with the recent announcement. None of us are immune from the far-reaching effects of global upheaval, resulting in significant rises in oil and gas prices, which make up about 50% of the electricity bill, Douglas said. So we each have to play our part. We're happy for this relief extended to our customers. In order to help individuals to take advantage of this offer, the company is informing customers that MyJPS mobile app gives monthly, weekly, daily, and even hourly information about how many kilowatt hours have been used for those who have smart meters. Kilowatt hours is the term used to measure electricity, in the same way that gallon is the term used to measure water. JPS said customers who use 200 kilowatt hours may have bills of about $14,000, but this may vary from month to month, depending on the exchange rate of the US dollar vis-a-vis the Jamaican dollar and the cost of fuel. The company said customers can check their bill under energy used to see exactly how many kilowatt hours for the month they have used. Douglas also pointed out that prepaid service is an excellent energy management tool. You can top up when you feel like. You can forget about having a monthly bill. It is easy to switch from postpaid to prepaid because of our new smart meters, and there is no deposit required to open an account. In short, whatever your challenge is, JPS will work with you to find a solution, he added. Jamaica reports 18 new COVID cases, 2 more deaths. Jamaica on Saturday reported 18 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of confirmed cases reported on the island to 128,679. According to the latest statistics and the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also reported 2 more virus-related deaths. The death toll since the start of the pandemic now stands at 2,879. Of the new reported cases, there were 8 females and 10 males, with ages ranging from 1 day to 108 years. The cases were recorded in Clarendon 1, Hanover 1, Kingston and St. Andrew 5, St. Anne 1, St. Catherine 4, St. Mary 2, St. James 3, and Westmoreland 1. Meanwhile, the latest victims are a 73-year-old female from Westmoreland, who died in January 2022, and a 78-year-old male from St. Catherine, who died in March 2021. The country also recorded 79 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 80,830. The positivity rate in the latest round of testing was 2%. There are 212 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.